the spider. Even the smallest bite from Arachnus dethicus will instantly paralyze. Oh! Get it off!
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most hilarious bad guys in DreamWorks flicks. Be on the lookout for some spoilers.
I made a monster! I made a monster!
Number 10. The Toad. Flushed away.
While the poor boy's head was turned, I was cruelly plunged into a whirlpool of despair.
There's nothing worse than a villain who's just so full of himself, and that happens to be exactly the kind of bad guy the Toad is. The stuck-up amphibian routinely antagonizes Roddy in Flushed Away.
And who is this? Is your new boyfriend a waiter?
However, his exaggerated aura of self-importance is less impressive and more comical. He completely disregards others, yet gushes over his porcelain statues and adores tadpoles.
Poor daddy. Surrounded by filthy rats in this joyless, sunless void.
Also, that giant tongue he swats around as a weapon never fails to bring out a chuckle or two. More often than not, his pretentious mannerisms make his scenes funny, even if it's unintentional. Number 9. Rumple Stiltskin. Shrek Forever After.
To make the magic work, you gotta give something to get something. In this case, you gotta give a day to get a day. That's all.
When he means business, he means business, but Rumpelstiltskin is also undeniably a prankster. And this mischievous bad guy plays one seriously cruel trick on Shrek in Shrek Forever After, when he introduces the ogre to a world where he never existed. But besides that, it's his constant scheming that makes situations he's in hilarious. The deal of a lifetime infomercial he does while wearing a ridiculous outfit and riding a rainbow is especially amusing.
For whomever brings me this ogre shall receive the deal of a lifetime. Just think of it. Total and complete happiness.
Yeah!
And did we forget to mention that he has an incredibly hostile pet goose named Fifi? He may be short, but Rumpelstiltskin is a seriously larger-than-life character.
And if he shares a kiss with Fiona by sunrise, well, it is the end of the world. Our world, my empire!
Number 8. Mr. Tweety. Chicken Run.
They're chickens, you dolt! Apart from you, they're the most stupid creatures on this planet. They don't plot, they don't scheme, and they are not organised.
Mr. Tweety isn't exactly the brightest character. In fact, he's kind of a bumbling idiot. Fortunately for us though, anytime he's on the screen, you know you're probably going to witness something humorous. His comments and actions are quick to irritate his wife, the sinister Mrs. Tweety. When he tells her that he thinks their chickens are planning an elaborate prison break, it sounds a little wild.
They're organised, I know it.
Said quiet.
That ginger one, I reckon she's their leader.
Mr. Tweety!
But ironically, he ends up being completely right, which only makes the line of dialogue even funnier in hindsight. While he's still a pretty mean-spirited farmer, at least he isn't quite a buzzkill like Mrs. Tweety.
I told you they was organised.
Number 7. Dr. Octavius Bryan. Dave. Penguins of Madagascar.
And I was so happy to see you again. Skipper, Kowalski, Rico, and sweet little private. Boop.
This villain has a real eccentric personality, which is definitely saying something. Octavius Bryan, or Dave, is a former zoo octopus who loses his spotlight thanks to everyone's favourite, penguins. He then becomes motivated to transform all penguins into monsters. But who said you can't have a little fun along the way?
What do I push? Is it the red? Or I thought it was it's not this.
His physical appearances and dramatic way he talks aren't the only comical things though. When he reveals himself to the penguins, they don't even remember who he is.
I am Dave!
Kowalski?
Sorry, sir, no clue.
That's got to be awkward. Whether he's masquerading as a silly scientist or being his comically over-the-top octopus self, you just can't look away. Number 6. Humpty Alexander Dumpty. Puss in Boots.
They are the same boots I wore when you betrayed me.
Betrayed you?
You left me cracked in pieces on a bridge, surrounded by soldiers. They wrote a song about it.
There's definitely some comedy gold in Puss in Boots, considering one of the bad guys is a giant sentient egg. Humpty Dumpty is Puss's old friend, who was like a brother, who shockingly betrays him. Even though he later has a change of heart and sacrifices himself, it's clear that this dude is one rotten, yet entertaining, egg.
Now place the beans. Place the beans carefully, please. Not on top of each other. The magic is very delicate. Okay, good. Very good.
The actual twist reveal that he is the main bad guy might also be one of the most unintentionally hilarious parts of the whole film. If Humpty staring menacingly while wearing a catsuit isn't enough to get even a slight giggle out of you, then something's seriously wrong. Sorry, but we don't make the rules.
I'll tell you this, my friend. It ain't over easy.
Oh. Number 5. Professor Poopy Pants. Captain Underpants. The first epic movie.
In the cage now!
Why?
Because I hate laughter and children, and I've got a cage in a briefcase!
This wacky scientist is so notorious for getting people to laugh at him. It's essentially his curse. Just his name alone is enough to get a reaction from us. After all, being called Professor Poopy Pants probably isn't going to strike fear in the hearts of the people worldwide. The Captain Underpants antagonist hates that name so much that he tries making a weapon that'll prevent people from laughing.
Do you find anything funny about me now?
You mean other than your name?
Yes, other than that!
Yes, it's an embarrassing name, but why didn't the Nobel Prize winner P.P. Diarrheenstein Poopy Pants Esquire just legally change it? Sorry, Poopy Pants, but at that point you kind of had it coming.
I decided to wipe out laughter on the entire planet. After that, I'll probably move on to other planets, Jupiter, Mars, can't forget Uranus.
Number 4. Captain Chantelides Dubois. Madagascar 3. Europe's Most Wanted.
The pinnacle of my career, to hunt the king of the beasts.
As a member of Monaco's animal control agency, Chantelides Dubois prides herself on her work, and her pure devotion to the job makes her a hilarious antagonist. Pretty much nothing stops her from attempting to hunt down the Madagascar crew. Seriously, they lay out multiple elaborate traps that she ultimately brushes through with comical ease. Dubois may be a super serious monster, but her antics and refusal to slow down make her a goofy villain regardless.
Lion, 12 hours old, 250 kilograms, glossy mane, too much conditioner.
She is like a machine who rides a super stylized scooter and has a lot of weapons. We wouldn't want to get on her bad side, but we also can't quite keep a straight face around her, which says it all.
It was never about the money. It was about the lion.
Number 3. Prince Charming. Shrek 2.
But he was the bravest and most handsome in all the land.
Forget everything you think you know about him, because this isn't your parents' Prince Charming. The version we were first introduced to in Shrek 2 completely flipped the script. He's an obnoxious, self-serving jerk who radiates mediocrity.
I was so hoping you'd approve.
Who are you?
Mom, it's me, Shrek. I know you never get a second chance at a first impression, but well, what do you think?
In other words, he's the bad guy you have to mock. Did we mention he's also the son of the fairy godmother here, a character who was also radically redesigned to be cruel but oh so funny.
I will smite him where he stands. He will rue the very day he stole my kingdom from me!
Oh, put it away, Junior. You're still gonna be king.
Charming's ego and constant need for validation and love lead to some of the most hysterical moments in the movie. This includes the entire plot to marry Fiona through trickery. There's no doubt that Prince Charming, who's also the villain in Shrek 3, is a royal, farcical pain in the butt. Number 2. Lord Farquaad. Shrek.
Fiona, my love, we're but a kiss away from our happily ever after. Now kiss me!
Lord Farquaad might be the ruler of Duloc, but even he's not safe from ridicule. He's an easy target for jokes, especially when it comes to his short stature and ludicrous behavior.
Forgive me, my lord, for I was just saying a short... Farewell.
But we don't feel too bad for him. This is a dude who went so far as to hurt Gingy for information after all.
I'm not the monster here, you are! You and the rest of that fairy tale trash poisoning my perfect world. Now tell me, where are the others?
Eat me!
Beyond that, Farquaad's popularity as a comedic character arguably transcends the Shrek franchise. Indeed, he's a villain who's achieved pure meme status, and that's hard to pull off. He might be a horrid despot, but his flair for theatrics makes him a quirky ruler we can't get enough of.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Megamind. Megamind.
Miss Ritchie, we meet again.
Would it kill you to wash the bag?
You can scream all you wish, Miss Ritchie. I'm afraid no one can hear you.
Yes, Megamind has a compelling character arc and eventually transitions into a hero, but let's not forget that he is originally a supervillain, and an incredibly hysterical one at that.
We all know how this ends, with you behind bars.
Oh, I'm shaking in my custom baby seal leather boots.
His elaborate costumes, eccentric evil plots, and comically large head make him impossible to ignore. He might be an oddball, but we can't help but cackle every time he makes a quip or gets wrecked by another villain like Titan. Even when he messes up in humorous ways, which happens a lot, he always puts on a show. Megamind simply couldn't be bland if he tried.
Let's just have fun with this, come on. And I will get back to you.
Now slam the door really hard.
Is there a goofy villain we missed? Let's all have a laugh in the comments.
There is no Easter Bunny, there is no Tooth Fairy, and there is no Queen of England.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.